Hey, Warriors fans! Tonight, we are diving deep into the latest updates surrounding the Golden State Warriors, and there is so much to unpack as this team continues to navigate the early stretches of the season. The matchup against the Orlando Magic could have seemed tricky at first glance. On paper, you might think the Warriors would face some unexpected challenges, especially considering the Magic have been competitive in stretches this season. But after reflecting on the past weekend's games, and looking closely at both teams' current rosters, it becomes clear that this matchup might turn out to be exactly the kind of opportunity the Warriors need, especially with the upcoming clash against the Miami Heat looming just a few days from now. Any momentum gained here could prove pivotal. The Heat have always been a formidable opponent for the Warriors, with a reputation for making life difficult for even the most dominant Golden State lineups. Historically, when Kevin Durant was anchoring the Warriors, Miami consistently proved to be a challenging test early in the season. They know how to play as a cohesive unit, and that chemistry can be tough to break. So, a strong performance against Orlando now is not just another win on the board. It is a confidence builder and a preparation step for the intensity they will face against Miami. Currently, the Magic are hovering around a balanced record, winning as many games as they've lost, sitting at 7 wins and 7 losses. That's not to say they aren't dangerous, but this season has shown that injuries have significantly impacted their rhythm. Key players like Jalen Suggs, who serves as their primary on-ball defender, are questionable heading into tonight's game. Meanwhile, Morris Wagner and Paolo Banchero are confirmed out, which opens up the floor in ways that could benefit the Warriors' game plan. The team will likely encounter constant rotations from Orlando, but with the Warriors' depth and versatility, adjusting should be well within reach. Even though Jonathan Kuminga is sidelined and Andrew Wiggins' availability is uncertain, the progress of players like Moses Moody and Gary Payton III has been encouraging. They are stepping up to supplement the leadership of Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green, making the Warriors' bench a reliable source of energy and tactical flexibility. One storyline to watch closely is the opportunity for Quentin Post. Over the last few games, his minutes have been limited, and it has been difficult to see his full impact on the court. This matchup against Orlando could be the perfect chance to give him more meaningful minutes, especially considering Orlando's roster composition. The Magic's biggest players hover around 6 feet 10 inches or 6 feet 11 inches, with no clear 7-foot presence dominating the paint. This scenario allows Golden State to exploit matchups using post size and physicality. If utilized effectively, he can create opportunities for Draymond and Klay to attack the basket, stretch the floor, and force the Magic's defense to adjust. Giving Post this experience not only helps the team now, but also accelerates his development into a potential starting caliber center, enhancing the Warriors' flexibility and long-term depth. Looking beyond the immediate matchup, there's been talk regarding trades and the value of draft picks. Recent comments from Draymond Green have emphasized the pitfalls of dealing with certain management styles, particularly highlighting the importance of not rushing into trades that might be detrimental in both the short and long term. The Warriors have seen firsthand how critical it is to manage assets wisely. Veteran players bring experience and stability that can be more immediately impactful than a high-risk draft pick. The reality is that rookie contracts, while potentially valuable, require careful development to reach their true potential, and not every draft selection yields immediate results. The team has learned to balance nurturing young talent with leveraging seasoned players who can contribute from day one. This strategy ensures that Golden State remains competitive, maintains continuity, and maximizes its chances in crucial matchups. Another angle that cannot be ignored is the evolving landscape of the Western Conference. Injuries have begun to shift the competitive balance, and the Warriors are in a position to capitalize. For instance, Victor Wembanyama's calf injury is a significant development for the Spurs, removing one of their most dynamic players from action for several weeks. With the Spurs adjusting to this absence and dealing with other key players being out, Golden State has a golden opportunity to assert themselves and climb the standings. The team's history against top competition demonstrates that they're capable of stepping up when it matters most. Wins against teams like the Lakers, Denver, Phoenix, and even the Spurs in previous matchups prove that this is a squad that can handle high-pressure situations and navigate the complexities of the regular season effectively. The Warriors' current standing reflects a league tightly packed with competitive teams. Sitting at 7 wins, they are remarkably close to the top seeds, just a few games behind the leaders. Capitalizing on opportunities against teams like the Magic, especially with favorable matchups and Orlando's current injury situation, could quickly shift the Warriors into a top 3 position in the conference. The combination of experience, skill, and strategic depth gives Golden State the edge to exploit these moments fully. Every game is crucial, and understanding the nuances of each opponent, rotation, and matchup is what separates contenders from pretenders in a league as competitive as the NBA. Tonight's game isn't just about adding another win to the record. It's about reinforcing team chemistry, optimizing player minutes, and leveraging situational advantages to strengthen their positioning in the long run. The way the Warriors approach this game will likely involve a blend of tactical aggression and smart rotations. Stephen Curry's leadership and scoring prowess will anchor the offense, but the supporting cast is equally vital. Klay Thompson's perimeter shooting and Draymond Green's defensive acumen create a balance that few teams can match. Meanwhile, emerging talents like Moses Moody and Gary Payton III are increasingly providing the depth needed to sustain intensity throughout the game. If Quentin Post sees more minutes, his presence inside could create mismatches that Orlando struggles to counter, further amplifying the Warriors' strategic advantage. Every possession, every defensive adjustment, and every fast break opportunity will be critical as Golden State seeks to secure a decisive victory, not only for the immediate win, but as a statement for the next series of challenging games ahead. As we turn our attention to the broader implications of this season, it becomes clear that the Warriors are at a critical juncture. Every game from this point forward carries weight, and the ability to maximize opportunities against teams with vulnerabilities could define the trajectory of the season. Take the upcoming stretches, for instance. Facing teams like the Magic, who are missing key contributors, present a chance to not only secure victories, but also to experiment strategically, fine-tune rotations, and give emerging players meaningful court time. The coaching staff has a chance to balance immediate results with player development, ensuring that the team is not only winning now, but also building the depth and cohesion necessary for a deep playoff run. Golden State's success in these scenarios will largely hinge on the ability of both veteran leaders and younger talent to execute their roles efficiently. Players like Curry, Thompson, and Green anchor the team with their experience and skill, while Moses Moody, Gary Payton III, and others provide the fresh energy and versatility needed to navigate the evolving landscape of the NBA season. The discussion around player utilization becomes especially relevant when considering Quentin Post. In recent games, his minutes have been limited, which has restricted his ability to influence outcomes. But tonight's matchup against Orlando provides a scenario where his skill set can be leveraged effectively. Orlando's front court lacks a true dominant 7-footer, meaning Post's physicality can create mismatches that force defensive adjustments. By positioning him strategically, the Warriors can open lanes for Curry and Thompson, allowing for drives to the basket, kick-out opportunities for perimeter shots, and better spacing overall. Post development in this role is not just beneficial for tonight. It is an investment in the team's long-term success. Seeing him gain confidence, experience, and impact games consistently will expand the Warriors' tactical options, giving them more flexibility in rotations and enhancing their ability to counter different styles of play as the season progresses. In addition to individual matchups, the Warriors must also remain acutely aware of the broader conference picture. Injuries have created shifts in competitive dynamics across the league, presenting opportunities that Golden State must capitalize on. The Spurs, for example, have seen key players sidelined, including Victor Wembanyama and Dylan Harper. This creates openings for the Warriors to climb the standings and position themselves as a genuine threat in the Western Conference. With teams like Oklahoma City and Denver holding strong records, Golden State has the chance to close gaps and assert their presence near the top. This requires a combination of consistent performance, strategic adjustments, and the willingness to exploit any advantage, whether through favorable matchups, exploiting defensive weaknesses, or optimizing rotations to keep players fresh and effective throughout the game. Beyond matchups and injuries, the debate between veteran experience and rookie potential continues to shape the league strategy. While draft picks carry promise, the reality is that immediate impact is rare without proper development. The Warriors understand the value of blending seasoned professionals with emerging talent, creating a balance that supports both short-term success and long-term growth. Veteran players provide leadership, stability, and an understanding of game situations that younger players may lack initially. Meanwhile, rookies like Moses Moody are stepping up to supplement this foundation, proving capable of contributing meaningfully when given the opportunity. This synergy between experience and youth is critical for a team with championship aspirations, ensuring that Golden State is not only competitive now, but also sustainable as a contender throughout the season. As the season unfolds, every matchup against mid-tier teams like Orlando becomes a testing ground for strategy, player development, and execution. Golden State must remain proactive in analyzing opponents, adjusting lineups, and identifying opportunities to capitalize on mismatches. This approach is especially important as they prepare for high-stakes games against top-tier opponents. By securing victories against teams with key absences and maximizing the contributions of both emerging and established players, the Warriors can build momentum, reinforce confidence, and create a platform for success in the more demanding phases of the season. Each game represents not just a result on the standings, but a step in cultivating the cohesion, resilience, and adaptability necessary to compete at the highest level. One of the most compelling aspects of this strategy is the interplay between offense and defense. Golden State has consistently demonstrated the ability to stretch the floor, create open shots, and exploit defensive gaps through intelligent movement and ball distribution. At the same time, defensive intensity remains a hallmark of their identity, with Draymond Green orchestrating rotations, contesting shots, and maintaining communication across the court. Balancing these elements requires precise execution and awareness, particularly in scenarios where key matchups can dictate the flow of the game. By maintaining focus on both ends of the court and leveraging the unique skills of each player, the Warriors can maximize their efficiency, control tempo, and dictate how games unfold. This dual emphasis on offense and defense not only enhances their chances of winning individual games, but also establishes a foundation for sustained success across the season. The trajectory of the Western Conference this season further underscores the importance of taking advantage of each opportunity. With teams like the Spurs grappling with injuries and other contenders balancing the integration of rookies and veterans, Golden State has a prime chance to climb the standings and assert itself as a top 3 seed. Success in these scenarios is less about individual heroics and more about cohesive execution, smart rotation management, and the ability to exploit situational advantages. Every possession, substitution, and matchup becomes a strategic consideration, and the Warriors' ability to navigate these factors effectively will be a key determinant in their pursuit of another NBA title. By capitalizing on favorable matchups, adjusting to evolving circumstances, and integrating emerging players into meaningful roles, Golden State can continue to strengthen its position as one of the league's most formidable teams. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. Whispers around the NBA world are reaching a fever pitch after Paolo Banchero's recent comments about the Golden State Warriors sent shockwaves through locker rooms and social media alike. The Orlando Magic's rising star, fresh off his impressive rookie campaigns and still basking in the glow of being the number 1 pick of the 2022 draft, reportedly didn't hold back during a post-practice interview. Insiders say his words weren't just critical. They were, according to some, blatantly dismissive of the Warriors' style of play and their status as perennial championship contenders. Sources close to the situation describe a scene of utter disbelief, with rival players and analysts alike scrambling to process what was said. Some claim Banchero questioned the team's defensive schemes, Others hint that he suggested their offensive strategies might be overrated in today's league. It's rare for a player so young to speak so freely about a franchise of Golden State stature, and the ripples of his statements are being felt far beyond the court. Veterans in the league reportedly exchanged raised eyebrows, and whispers of a possible meeting between Banchero and Warriors representatives have circulated, though nothing has been confirmed. The reaction on social media has been instantaneous, with fan pages and sports commentators dissecting every syllable. While some fans interpret Banchero's comments as honest, if brash, insight from a player unafraid to speak his mind, others view it as a disrespectful jab that could ignite a fiery on-court rivalry should the teams face each other soon. NBA insiders hint that locker rooms are a tinderbox, and one careless comment has the potential to spark tension that lingers for weeks or even an entire season. Banchero, who has Italian-American roots and made headlines from his Duke days to becoming a first overall pick, seems unbothered publicly, maintaining his usual composure and focusing on his own team's development. But rumor mills are buzzing with speculation. Will this be the spark for a new kind of rivalry? Could it affect trades, matchups, or even the locker room dynamics across the league? Analysts are already drawing comparisons to other infamous player remarks that have reshaped narratives mid-season, and some whisper that Banchero's audacity could either catapult him into a league-wide reputation for confidence, or put him in hot water with veterans who demand respect for the Warriors' legacy. Whatever the truth, one thing is clear. Paolo Banchero has ignited conversation, and the NBA world won't stop talking anytime soon. Fans, pundits, and rival players alike are all leaning in, hungry for the next chapter in what could become one of the most talked-about controversies of the young star's career. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.